Feminism, as all evil things do, has completely inverted. Instead of fighting for what they convinced the world were women's rights, they are now going after women. They are currently waging a war on women. Now, feminism, of course, hasn't actually ever truly been for women. The original purpose, of course, break apart the family, get women into the workforce, take them away from their child, take them away from the house. That way, it creates fighting between the husband and the wife because they're no longer complementing each other but competing with each other. And it will completely destroy the family unit, leaving the child in the public education system where they will be raised by the government instead of their mother specifically at home, but also their father when he gets home from work. And yeah, completely destroys the family, gets the propaganda in the head of the child early on, and splits the husband and the wife up, eventually leading to a divorce where the child is taken away from the father because children are significantly easier to control when they don't have a father figure. This is why the crime rates of kids without a dad are so much higher than any other group. So yeah, feminism never really a great thing. Also convinced people that things like abortion were a right, right? The greatest and largest murder in all of human history, abortion, just a mass murder. More people have died through abortion than those who died during the Second World War. It's no bueno, and of course that's not a right because rights are given to you by God. And God does not want you to have a right to kill your child, but he wants you to have a right to life. So you are infringing on your child's right to life by killing it. So you are actually infringing on an actual right by this made up right, right? So feminism, no bueno, no good. We don't want it. But now it's completely inverted. Now instead of fighting for some things for women, right? Because feminism, I won't lie, it's done some good. Domestic violence has gone down since the early to mid 1900s, and I would give partial credit of that to the feminist movement. Awesome. We don't like domestic violence. That's gross, weird, no bueno. No, no good. So feminism, it's brought that down. But now it's no longer even fighting for women. Instead, it's going against women. Instead of giving women rights, it's actually taking away their rights. Let's look at the right to privacy. What is feminism currently fighting for? Modern day feminism, it's fighting for trans rights opposed to women's rights when you really break it down. What do they want? They want trans men, right? No, men that pretending to be women to be able to go into a women's locker room or a women's bathroom. And that's just disgusting. And that takes away what? The women's right to privacy. The man should not be there, right? The women have the right to have privacy in that private place. Yet, feminism now it's fighting against women more obviously now than it was before. It's not trying to hide it as much as it was before by sending men into the women's place. And what does this create? It creates more conflict between men and women. Of course, what else are they doing? They are actively trying to make men hate women. How do they do this? They promote people that go around talking about how they hate all men. Right? These are the main people you see all over the internet, all over the media. These are the people that blow up. People who just act ridiculous. You see the gym girls, right? Who just go and whine about guys looking at them when they're not actually doing it. You see the blue haired crazy ladies who yell about hating men. Guys, guess what? This isn't the majority of women. Most women don't hate all men. But these are the stories that blow up the most, and by it's intentional. They are doing it on purpose. They blow these people up. Why? To make men feel like they are being attacked, so then they begin hating women. And so it's this indirect attack on women by promoting these, what, like 1% of women that actually hates men, promoting them, boosting them up, convincing men that they need to go with war with women. And this just grows on the competing element I was talking about earlier that they did by convincing women they needed to act like men and go into the workforce. No, no good. It's all awful stuff. Feminism does not care about women. It hates women. It is fighting against women. It is taking away their right to privacy and convince them to literally kill their children. Which, wow, that's awful. It's a sacrifice. It's a satanic sacrifice. It's a sacrifice of the child for one's own well-being. It's awful. That is a deal with the devil, and that's what feminism convinced millions and millions of women to do. And then to continue this on, Feminism, as I have stated before, also convinced women to start competing with men in the workforce. It convinced them that they shouldn't try to start a family, leaving millions and millions and millions of women depressed and lonely without a husband at the age of 50, and then they realize that they'll never be able to have a child, and then they get depressed and break down, understandably so, because that is terrible, and it's awful that we allow our society to promote this. We promote this sexual degeneracy, right? And that, of course, destroys relationships. That's another thing feminism promoted: sexual degeneracy. And what is the number one key indicator of a woman being unfaithful in a relationship? How many partners she slept with before she got married. The more partners she had, it is a significantly higher risk of her cheating. That is the number one indicator, how many partners she had. And so, what did feminism do? Because they wanted to destroy the beautiful institution of marriage, they convinced women to go out and sleep with as many guys as possible. And it's so disgusting, it's so disturbing, and most people don't see it because most people were taught throughout their entire lives that feminism was fighting for women. And that's just BS. Everybody is sadder now, everybody is more depressed. Women have gotten significantly less happier since 1970. There's studies to back that one up. And I really wouldn't doubt that they've gotten significantly less happier than 1950s. I can't find anything to back that one up for sure yet. I can't find anything going either direction, but I'll keep my eye out for you guys. But yeah, everybody is less happy today. Everybody is more degenerate. Marriages no longer last. Most kids are left without a dad. It's just depressing. Our society is falling apart in front of us. And whose fault is it? It's mostly the feminist movement's fault. And it's not me trying to blame women there, because that is no means a blame on women. Most of the feminist movement, it was started by men, not women. It was started by men who wanted to destroy our society. And then they decided to try to use women to do this. And it's just awful that they would do that to just destroy our country. So, hey, if I have any female listeners, I know I have like maybe one or two. I know that you guys are a small minority, but look, just start fighting against feminism, all right? It's not for you. It hates you. It is fighting against you actively. It is taking away your rights. It's taking away your privacy. It wants to destroy your marriage. It wants you to be single and lonely forever with no husband to care for and no child to nurture. And that is no way to live. We all have our roles in our society, and we need to understand this. We have to stop trying to be each other. We need to start competing with each other and start working together. Men and women are supposed to complement each other like puzzle pieces. And right now we're just running into each other like just bricks. We are just smashing against each other. And that is so sad to see. Because that is when a society is truly fallen, when the men and women start competing each other because the men started acting like women and the women started acting like men. So we all got to be better. It takes all of us, all right? So guys, stop hating women. Remember, it's not their fault. Feminism is convincing you to hate women. You are falling into their game by falling into that cheap trick. And women, remember your roles in society, right? As men need to carry out their own roles and they need to stop acting so weak and backing down, because that's what we've been doing and that's why we lost our society, because we backed down on all of our values. You gotta take care of your role and nurture your children, raise them well, keep them out of the public education system because it is awful. And then, you know what? We might be able to take back this country. Takes all of us, though. So, if you want to go ahead and join the fight, go ahead and like and subscribe. It really helps me out. YouTube doesn't really promote my content no more, I've noticed. So, go ahead and share this video. I deeply appreciate it. One video a day here: politics, conspiracy, self improvement. It's all very epic, very bad, very, very based. But I will see you in the next one. So long. Peace out, and God bless y'all.